What's up guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today we are going to be installing the tow arms for the Civic. Now the tow arms are what adjust the wheel alignment from going in to out, and they fit right up under the car right up here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we are missing them right now, and I finally got them in the mail. So this is what they look like right here. You know, bolt to this side to the RTA and one to the chassis, and then this threaded rod pushes in and out. Now these are my old ones that I had to modify and shorten, and as you can see they are quite a bit shorter. So what we first got to do to these new ones is shorten this middle black piece, unthread the bolts on this side, and cut them shorter so that the entire piece can be shortened. If I don't shorten it, then I cannot get the alignment to be nice and straight like it should. So that's pretty much the whole reason why I haven't been driving the car so far, because I haven't been able to get alignment. And since these are brand new triple R 888s, I don't want to ruin them because a bad alignment can destroy tires very fast. So we are going to start off by shortening these. I have two of them obviously to the right size that I want, and then throwing them on the car, and then I'm going to eyeball them as best as I can to be perfectly straight. And after that we're going to go for our drive. Not first drive, but first drive with the new tow arms, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Hopefully it goes together really well. What I recommend when installing suspension parts on this car and most cars is to use some anti-seize, especially the ones that go up into the chassis. That anti-seize will make sure, you know, the bolts don't rust into the hole and snap in there. That happened to me on 2 of the 4 RTA bolts on this car, and it was a very, very large pain in the butt to get them out. You have to cut the chassis up, take the bolt out, re-weld the bolt, a new nut in, weld the chassis back together. It's an ordeal that I don't recommend. So if you guys ever get those bolts out, please put anti-seize back in them so they do not freeze up. I'm going to get started cutting this up, and I will update you guys when I get anywhere. Now a bandsaw would be the superior way to shorten this, or maybe a mill or anything like that, but I do not own either of those. So I'm just going to use my trusty angle grinder and get after it. I strongly recommend using safety glasses. If you have ever seen these things break, they go anywhere, and it would just be not fun to get one to the face. So put these bad boys on, and then I'm going to get a vice grip to hold this steady, and then I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch off each side, and then I got to cut probably half this bolt. That way it isn't too long inside the middle for both sides, because as you can see those bolts are pretty long. So I'm going to get this ready to cut. Well, that actually turned out pretty well. I got the middle part shortened and the bolts shortened. As you can see, it can go in quite a ways more, and it probably can go out quite a bit too. So I'm not worried that this should not work. So we got one done. Take some measurements on the second one, so we cut the same out of both, and then we will put them in the Civic and go for a little rip. Here's just a quick size comparison of how much I cut off. These holes are about aligned, and as you can see there's quite a difference right here. When you're adjusting tow, it doesn't actually take a lot of movement of these ends to adjust a whole lot. So I'm definitely happy with how this turned out, and I'm going to hopefully do just as well of a job on this one. Overall, I'm pretty stoked on how these turned out. I made sure they're equal in length and tightened these nuts up so that they're not going anywhere. Now I'm gonna go have fun and install them in the car, and then we can drive it. It's pretty important that you cut these as straight as possible, along with the bolts straight as possible. That way they thread back in and you don't ruin any of the threads, which is exactly what I messed up on my other one, which is why I had to buy new ones. So yeah, it's super important to do them straight and right and take your time. You know, you're not in a rush when you're doing these, otherwise you get to wait another week and buy a whole nother set. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell on video, but now these wheels are tilted like this instead of straight. And my problem before was that they didn't tilt enough in. So now I know that the car will be able to get a proper alignment, which I have scheduled for tomorrow. It's hard to tell, especially on camera, but they are definitely tilted in. Which, you know, if you're just gonna go drive it like this, terrible for your tires, but it's good for us since I know the car can actually be aligned now. All right, I haven't tried to start it yet, so here we go. Fuel pump's priming. Oh yeah. She needs some gas. All right, well, that's all I needed to know. I'm gonna go get some gas for the alignment tomorrow. That way I make it to the alignment and I can test the fuel tank that we vented, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I really wanna know if that works. So I'm gonna go get some gas.
I think it's recording.
It's already feeling much better. That doesn't feel nearly as squirrely.
Oh yeah.
See what makes the noise still.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not as bad though.
I think it's the same.
52 miles in the brand new clutch. Alright. Oh, you already know we got that go-go juice. 85. What's up, you guys? And today we are at the junkyard. I'm looking for a CRV rear diff for my all-wheel drive Civic. This one has been making some noises and some squeals as I've been driving around town, and they have a couple of diffs here, so I figured I'd come take the one I choose. So I'll probably show you guys maybe a couple cool cars that I find, and then, you know, actually the diff that I pull. At least I hope I pull a diff today. It's raining, so it better be worth my time coming out here. As shitty shape this one is in, oh, it hurts to see. Love EF hatches. Oh hell yeah, dude. The bumper delete. This thing's a race car. It was even automatic. Man, the CRV was here in the very last row, and it's the only freaking CRV here, and the one part I wanted is gone. So that really sucks. They don't even have any elements here. You can take the element rear diff too. What a bummer. Well, that was a waste of time coming out here then. I'd always advise checking the couple cars around the one you're looking for, because sometimes people take parts and come back for them later. I've done this, and so I hide the parts so no one takes them. So just check around, see if you can find them. Highly unlikely you will, but you never know. Nice, found another CRV, dude. Psych. It's gone. I just don't get how you can be a pest technician when you drive a Beetle. You're literally driving a bug. It's a pest. How dare they?